Hello, my name's Stephanie Zhao. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my god, it has been so long since I've actually filmed a sit-down video like this. It's been literally years. But basically in this video, I'm going to go over why I moved from the US to South Korea and all the reasons behind it. So I moved to South Korea about a year ago. I officially moved here in July of 2021 and I moved to Busan, South Korea, which is in the southeastern part of South Korea. So reason number one, why I moved to South Korea. Basically, I'm gonna go through all the reasons and it's kind of gonna be a little weird because I'm gonna go into a lot of detail with certain things. Some of it might not make sense, but please just continue watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like the video, and definitely just keep watching. So the first reason is my ESL experience. As most of you know, English is my second language. I grew up all over the world, and when I was young, I was fortunate enough to be part of a military family. I'm actually a military brat, or I was a military brat. If you don't know what a military brat is, a child of a serving or retired military personnel, military brats are associated with a unique subculture and cultural identity. So my dad was in the Air Force growing up, and when I was around 7.5, I moved to Germany. We got stationed in Germany, and I didn't speak a word of English, like literally no English, because my first language is Spanish. So I only spoke Spanish at the time. And I was living in Panama at the time and we got stationed to Germany. So when I moved to Germany, I went to school on base and I actually had to go to a special ESL teacher while I lived there. So I had an ESL teacher and I would go to her every day for like 2 to 3 hours a day, and I would have one-on-one lessons for English, like to speak English, to learn English from her. And it was honestly a very rewarding and amazing experience. And I learned English within like 6 months. I will always remember her. Her name is Miss Montalongo, and I didn't really keep in touch with her, but I really wish I would have, because she has literally changed my life, and it has honestly like made my life so much better learning English. And it's made such a difference in my life. So she was a very influential person in my life. Having that experience in my life and being so grateful for it, it's such an inspiring experience that I've always wanted to make a difference in someone's life like someone did to me. Okay, reason number two. Moving, starting over, and living by the ocean. After I moved to Germany, I moved to Turkey. Then I finally got to live in my home country of the United States. I lived in a few states for a long time, and I eventually really got tired of living in the US. I can't remember the first time that I ever thought about like wanting to live somewhere else, but I think it was around the time I was 19. I wanted to live in a different country, and it's something that I've always wanted to do. It was just such a familiar feeling for me, and I really missed it because as a military brat, I would like move around all over the world. I'm originally from Florida, so I've always been a tropical girl that lives by the ocean. So having lived all over the world by the ocean, I miss that too. And I had lived in Dallas for a long time, probably about like 10 to 11 years. So I was like just tired of being landlocked, and I was definitely having like ocean withdrawals. So I've always been someone that's loved the ocean and everything about it. I had also been longing for a new experience, and I had never been to Eastern Asia before, so that was something I always wanted to do. Just like I was wanting to live by the ocean, I was wanting to live in Asia somewhere, and I was wanting to go across the world and have like a new experience like when I used to have it when my dad was in the military. So that was reason number two. Reason number three is K-dramas and Korean culture. So back in 2020, when the pandemic was just starting, I was stumbling across Netflix, and I stumbled across a Korean drama called Chocolate. Now before then, I had never really watched Korean dramas. If you don't know what a K-drama is, it's a Korean drama which pertains to television series created in South Korea. These series have become popular not only in Korea but globally, making them more accessible to K-drama fans through streaming websites like Netflix. I had like been into like Korean beauty and stuff, but I never really knew like how big it was and how big Korean culture was to some people. K-pop and all that, I'd never really been into any of that. So the first drama I watched was Chocolate, and I literally binge watched it in like 2 days, and it was so addicting. And the thing that really stuck with me was the cinematography from like the drama. I had always been into like film and cinematography. Some famous Korean dramas like currently in the past few years have been Squid Game. I'm sure you've heard about that. And then Crash Landing on You, and currently is Money Heist, which was originally a Spanish drama that got refilmed and translated into Korean, and they changed a lot of the just like situations and stuff. I haven't finished it yet, but I will be uploading a video specifically about K-dramas and K-dramas that I've watched and that I recommend, so definitely stay tuned for that. So K-dramas was like art in my eyes. I just loved how they filmed it and how everything like came together, the storyline, everything. And it was just very artistic, and I've always been like an artistic person, so it was something that I always got interested in. So since 2020 was kind of like a Netflix year because of pandemic, I just started binge watching all these K-dramas and started getting more interested in Korean culture. Before that, I've always been into like skincare and beauty. It's actually the reason why I got started in YouTube in the first place, because when I first started YouTube, I was actually uploading a lot of beauty, makeup, and skincare videos, and it was something that I specialized in. And my career has also been in skincare and beauty since I can remember, so it's definitely part of something I've always loved. But besides that, I was also interested in Korean beauty and how deep Korean beauty goes. Like Korean beauty and Korean skincare is so broad and huge, and everyone loves to take care of their skin. And that's something I also noticed in K-dramas, that their skin was like flawless when you would watch the Korean drama. So I was like, oh my god, what are they using? And so besides that, I had always been into like K-beauty and like researching it and stuff. So around that time, I actually uploaded a video on YouTube, which I will link below, about like all the things I had been doing during the pandemic, including watching K-dramas and like Korean food that I had been eating and stuff like that. And I just thought it was like really funny that a year later I decided to move to South Korea, and I didn't even realize that I was gonna do that. After that, I started researching about how to move to Asia. I researched South Korea, Japan, China, Singapore, and Thailand. But since I had already been into like the Korean culture that whole year, I was really focused on South Korea, and South Korea had actually the best program. My three main locations that I focused on was Seoul, Incheon, and Busan. The easiest way to move to South Korea to get a visa, was to teach English, and that really wasn't a problem for me because it was something that I had already kind of been inspired by all my life, to teach English and to be an ESL teacher. So I decided to do more research and look into the program. South Korea's requirements to be an English teacher was to have a bachelor's degree, have a clean criminal and health record, and to be born in the US, New Zealand, South Africa, United Kingdom, and Australia. And since I am a US citizen and I grew up in the US, I was able to have all the requirements for that. So after all of that, it made me realize that it was a good idea to challenge myself and just to try out a new experience, which would be to move to South Korea. I ended up getting like 5 interviews, and I focused on 2 of them and decided between 2, and one was near Seoul and the other one was near Busan. And since I really wanted to live by the ocean, which that was something like huge for me, I decided to go with the Busan job, and I signed the contract, which was for 1 year. The whole process didn't take long at all. I was researching and applying for jobs in late May, and by July I was on the flight to South Korea. So now that I've kind of told you all the reasons why, it was a big decision for me. Another big reason for me was I was just tired of all the drama and all the crazy stuff happening in the US. Like 2021 was definitely like a crazy year in the US, and I was just ready to, you know, just change my life and do something different. So that's what I did. And now that I've been living here for a year, it's honestly been such a rewarding and amazing experience. I am in my 2nd job at Hagwon, which is a private school here in South Korea, and I teach English to Kindi, which is kindergarten students between the age 5 years old to like 12, 13 years old. And honestly, it's really been great. My first job was definitely a challenge and it was something new for me, but I will go into detail more about that experience in my other video. But I just wanted to hop on here and explain everything And honestly, I do miss the US a lot. I don't know when I'm gonna move back, but I will move back eventually probably, or I'll probably just go to a different part of the world. I don't want to teach forever. This is something that I don't really see myself doing for that many years, but I definitely wanted the experience, and so far it's honestly been rewarding. I've met some amazing people and I'm really grateful that I live here. I just moved to this new apartment and I'll do an apartment tour and all that, but I do want to get back on YouTube and take it more seriously. I would love it if you would subscribe right now. But yeah, I just wanted to get back on YouTube and just start uploading regularly and stay consistent. I know in the past I was kind of all over the place with my channel, but I'll definitely be uploading more, and I am so excited for what's to come. I'll be uploading videos about beauty, skincare, vlogs, like mukbangs. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I think that's a Korean word. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and just kind of update everyone, and I'm really excited about what's coming. But yeah, I just moved into this new apartment. It has an ocean view and I'm literally so happy. I've only been living here for about a year. I haven't learned Korean yet. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please check out my other videos. I will be uploading more. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and definitely comment down below how you found my channel, or what you want to see next. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy your day. Bye bye.